Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Try Bonsai. It's your boy Bana and my sidekick Zyaire. And today, what we're going to do, this, my friends, is a little project that I have happening. And a series of Premna cuttings that I don't know why he's dancing, but anyways, it's a series of Premna cuttings that I stuck into this little pot. And they all caught root. And I put the little pot into the bigger pot. And the roots have gone down. And they started to take off in bigger. What I'm going to do is to prune them back. And then I am going to take them out and plant them into a wider pot to give them a little bit of space to grow, because I am going to keep this as a forest planting, penjing type of situation. Now I was saying that I'm going to prune them back first and then I'm going to separate them and whatnot, but it might be a situation where I may need to get them out of their present situation, soak them, have them soaking in water while I work on each one of them one by one to look at how it goes. Yeah? So, you know what's happening. So as I usually say, let me just go. So my friends, I took the planting out of the wider pot and look at that. Oh my, this is going to be so much fun. Anyways.
Totally is.
So Zai, what you have to tell, what you have to say to the camera, to the audience?
Well, so this planting is really try bonsai, and Daddy is doing some kind of thing, and it's called planting. Can you say planting?
Hold it and talk. Don't hold it too close, Simon.
Planting.
Don't hold it too close, hold it right here.
Planting.
Oh, the memories. So my friends, as you can see, I'm going to start taking this root ball apart somewhat, and I am going to have to cut this away. This pot is of no use. So let me get to cutting this away and let me see how quickly we could try to expose this, and then let's get to work on fixing up this thing. I just had a freezing thought there. Yeah? There we go.
Oh. What did you just do?
I have to cut away the pot because I need to get it. I need to get the trees out.
Well, you won't be able to put the pot back.
No, that pot gone through. I can use it in any case because it grew so much.
Yeah, it grew so much, and nothing else can fit.
Yep.
Because it's so small.
Yep. So now what I'm trying to do is to get it out of this. Alright, so Zai, you know what I'm going to have to do?
Yeah?
I'm going to have to cut this back and see what's happening, right? So I'm gonna get another pair of scissors.
Let me just go.
Yeah, let me just go.
This is getting pretty messy.
Yeah, it is. It is getting messy. Right? So I take away this and then I'm going to try to get this out. I may have to do some more cutting, okay?
Okay.
You okay?
Yes.
You want to go back inside or you're good?
I'm good.
Okay.
They got the big bucket and us digging.
One of them. This is one of them.
Yeah. There's one that is empty.
Now we're going to have to try to cut out the bottom of this pot.
Yeah.
Right?
Daddy. It probably might leg out on me, so I'm going to go for this part.
You're going?
Yeah.
That's not, no, it might fling out on you, you know.
Okay. Well, I guess I can stay. Huh?
I was trying to save some of these roots, but I mightn't be able to save them
Yes. You might not.
because if I split this, watch this, right?
Yeah.
You see they're growing all through the straight through the what you call it. You alright?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna cut straight down here, Papi do.
Daddy, I can feel my wrist.
You can. Pretty cool.
So my hand can exercise.
I can't save it, Zai. So I have to cut it out.
Yeah.
Right?
I know that.
I allowed them to grow a little bit too much. So I got it out.
Looks good, by the way.
It looks good?
Yep.
So he's not entirely well. I'm moving the camera a bit closer. He's not entirely well, so he left. My co-planter left. I wouldn't call him my apprentice, you know. He left and gone upstairs because starting to feel a little bit off, but that's okay. So my friends, as you could see, what is happening is that I had to make some cuts, and maybe the cuts might have been a little bit too drastic, but I think they will survive. What I'm going to do, as I mentioned before, I will reduce the amount of foliage on top to start over each tree, you know, give it a bit of definition and whatnot. Now, something to mention, this particular species has this insect or fungus. There's not a fungus, it's an insect or whatever it is that loves this species of tree. Jeez and ages. No matter how many times you try to get them off and you try to clean up, they come back. But it's a great species to work with. So, you know, you have to keep doing what you need to do. So, what we're going to do, we're going to get this into some water, and we're going to work on each tree one by one. And when I'm comfortable with it, we're going to put it into a new pot. Yeah? So, there we go. So, my friends, as we draw ever nearer to Christmas, I mean, this is one of the joys of living in the Caribbean. The fact that I could still do this type of work. And I'm not boasting or not bragging or not, because I would like to experience winter, to be very honest with all this. I've never experienced it and I would like to experience it. Anyways, I'm talking on and going on. But what is happening is that I am going to look at the root system, however meager it is, and remove ever so slightly the things that I don't want. You see like this, how it's curling. Oh, I'm showing you nonsense. You see how it's curling back? Right. I don't want that. I don't want that. This major root that curved under, so I'm going to cut it here, opting for it to create a better system. And as we do that, I'm going to go up each tree, taking away some of the foliage and possibly setting them on the path of better structure for this forest composition that I'm going to create here. And the nice thing about it is that every cutting from this particular species could potentially give you a new plant if you choose to, because it grows by a cutting, you know, which is nice. So I cut this right back, taking this off completely. And what do I want as the new What do I want as the new tree? I'm going to take this back here. I'm going to take this back here. This back here. Now, I cut this back here, but this is very strong. This is a very, very strong branch coming off. And I don't know that I want that. I might want to continue this curvy, abnormally shaped. Let me bring it closer. I may want to continue this curvy, abnormally shaped branch as the lead and remove this, because this is almost the size of the trunk. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to each tree doing that, and as fast as I prune, it's gonna go into the bucket of water that is on the side of me right here. So that's one down, more to go. So we going speed, because all you know I love a nighttime walk. Oh my, this particular tree, so this has a very, very, very meager system. This, on the other hand, has a lot of large roots. So what I have to do is to pick a root plane. It's either I'm going with the lower root plane or the higher one. While I'm contemplating on that point, I'm going to cut back here. But ideally what I'm going to do is to remove all of the dead bits and look to create a better structure. So pick a new lead and look to create a better structure. As you can see, I have a lot of crisscrossing and all whole branches happening here. So I may take off quite a bit from this particular tree. Where this is concerned, I may have to reset the top. I have here, as you can see, this is a very, very thick branch coming across here. It's as though it's like a whole brand new tree. And I don't want that. So I'm going to take that off. And I would like to have an apex. So I'm removing this side. This tree, this particular one is going to come down to a meager kind of structure, because this has to do over. And I'm going to reset it from this point. So what I'm going to do now is to look at where do I actually want the root plane to start from. I have a lot of heavy set roots to the bottom that I can spread out. However, they are all curling in. And then I have some roots starting from on top here. Let me think about this for a second. So my friends, I've decided to go with the top bit as the new root system, cutting back, giving the option to give me a bit of a flare down to the bottom. Now I'm going to take this off because I think this is a bit high, and this next big root here bringing me back down to a very meager system, a meager root system. But I have some confidence that they will survive. So that is what I'm going to do with this, and I'm going to keep moving on with the rest of them. So my friends, I've opted to use this square pot rather than this circular pot, because it tapers, right? And what I want to do is to develop a pretty decent root system and eventually, get them into bonsai, get it into a proper bonsai pot, right? So I'm going to put down, I already started putting down a base layer of soil. It's going to start with a good bit of soil, you know, to give them enough of that soil mix to grow. And eventually over time, the pot will get shallower as the trees develop. Yeah? So let's get to that and let me come out the dark now. Considering that this is a very old pot, that a very old ice cream container, we're going to put a little bit of dirt around it to kind of stabilize it, and we're going to go around doing that. It may not have a very good structure, as it were, and unfortunately, I don't have a bigger container to put them in to give them even more room. But we could create a nice, very neat, small forest. We're going to go ahead and keep placing them, giving them enough space to spread their wings, for lack of a better way of putting it. And I don't want to get them too close, because you know you don't want any one plant outshading the other and suffocating it for sun. Right, so now that I have them in the pot, what I could do is look at them, giving some better structure, as it were. You know, so let me go ahead and do that, and yeah, we're done for the day. Okay, my friends. Whew. You know, I realize in my videos, and I just edit it out, I say my friends a lot. Okay, my friends. Okay, my friends. I say that a lot. Anyways, so I planted up these Premna twigs. I don't call them twigs, yes, because they ain't nothing to talk about right now at all, at all, at all. So as you can see them in your front, they're not planted in any kind of fancy kind of fashion. Right now, what I want is for them to take off, and we could start developing canopies and whatnot based on their growth. Yeah? So, what we have happening here first is they all planted, and it's a matter of making sure that the roots take off and get well established. And once the roots take off and get well established, then we in something, you know, we up for something. Again, the light, good stuff. So, on that note, my friends, oh my word, oh my word. Before I say that, if you have not subscribed as yet, now is a good time to do so. We are moving swiftly along to the end of 2024, and as we go into 2025, I would want to do my very best to push and grow the channel as much as I can. If you know anyone who would benefit from what I do, share it with them. Share it. I love to read and respond to comments, so you could comment if you see something that I did that is not necessarily the best thing to do. You could let me know in the comments. Not making any excuses, but understanding completely that most of us are in different climates. However, there are some fundamental things that stretch straight across the board. You know, as I usually say, be good to yourself, be good to others, treat people how you want to be treated, and always remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change the direction in which our climate is heading. if not for ourselves, but we can change it for the future generations to come and pass on the knowledge of preservation of the climate and all the beneficial factors of it. So on behalf of myself and my boy Zyaire that going inside, oh Lord, on behalf of myself and him, my friends, have a good one, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.